Let's continue here tonight. The Special Investigating Unit has been awarded a preservation order to freeze 5 luxury properties as well as pensions belonging to former Transnet executives. The tribunal found that the executives benefited unduly and received millions in kickbacks from 2 service providers, particularly Superfecta and BBDM Bros Advertising Agency. The order was obtained on Monday. It bars Zakhele Livelo, his wife, as well as Patuchezo Mashamba and his wife from selling, leasing, donating or transferring title deeds of their properties in Rosebank and Dainfern. Mashamba has been on suspension from his position since the 16th of May, pending the SIU investigation. Well, let's unpack the story further. We're joined by SIU Special Tribunal spokesperson, Advocate Selby Mahoto. Advocate Mahoto, good evening to you. Thanks for your time. Firstly, let's talk about these individuals, these executives. Who are they in totality, the full list of the 5?
Good evening, Ms. Kathy. Good evening to the viewers, and thank you indeed for having me on your show tonight. Mr. Thabo Ezekiel Levelo is the former group executive for Transnet responsible for properties, and his colleague, Mr. Patuchezo Mashamba, is the regional manager responsible for the Cultural Management Center under Transnet. It is alleged that the 2 had actually connived and being responsible for Transnet properties had gone into source service providers and ultimately went as far as getting kickbacks, gratification, and various acts of irregularities that were committed. So the special tribunal yesterday found that indeed the reasons that were advanced in the submissions by the applicants, in this case being the Special Investigating Unit and Transnet, were indeed convincing, and as such granted an order interdicting Transnet Pension Fund from releasing the pension of Mr. Levelo in the region of 1.8 million rands, as well as interdicting, restraining and prohibiting them from transferring, leasing and or donating their immovable properties in both Rosebank and Dainfern in Johannesburg.
And the other 3 executives?
The other 3, no, these are the 2 executives at the moment, based on the submissions that we had. The other respondents actually happened to be their spouses, because arising out of the gratifications that they allegedly received from the service providers in question, they had registered the properties in the exclusive residences. So as and when the applicants made their case, it then indicated or directed to the special tribunal that there was some compelling evidence which we duly considered, and as such, their spouses are cited as respondents.
All right, fair enough. Let's talk about who else is on that chase list, if I can put it that way, for the special tribunal when it comes to recovering monies, especially of Transnet executives who were involved in corruption.
Well, there is another pending case before the special tribunal, but that I would not necessarily go into the details thereof. It related to one property in Durban, wherein allegations were made of irregularities. The necessary proclamations were obtained, investigations ultimately ensued, and the civil recovery proceedings were instituted before the special tribunal. On the 1st of this month, that is last week Monday, we were supposed to hear the application, but at the commencement thereof, we were made to understand that an application has since been filed at the High Court challenging the constitutional jurisdiction of the special tribunal. Based on this, I wouldn't go further than that, because the matter is pending at another legal forum, being the High Court. So there are quite a number of allegations that have been made, and up until that matter has been disposed, then we would not know what the outcome would be. But that was also relating to the reviewing and setting aside of the various multi-million contracts. But coming back to this particular one, it is one of the many Transnet issues that are being adjudicated upon at the special tribunal, and hence we have made this particular finding.
When we talk about the fact that there's so many issues and cases that have stemmed out of Transnet, there is an expectation, Advocate Makgoto, that some of those who will have these orders granted against them, where either its assets are frozen or money is recovered, also include some of those that have held the most senior positions at Transnet, including some of those that have also been part of the board there.
Precisely. Already we have adjudicated on the hearing of Mr. Msagala, who also happened to be one of the former Transnet executives. And as we speak, 4 of his properties, 2 in Johannesburg and 2 in the Free State, have been preserved. Those immovable properties, and also his pension money was interdicted. Mr. Msagala had actually gone to the extent of purchasing almost 25 or so luxurious vehicles, and all these movable and immovable properties were subsequently declared forfeit to the state. He is challenging that. He has filed in a leave to appeal. But this one again of today of Mr. Levelo is also another group executive former, because he resigned on the eve of the institution of the disciplinary hearing, so he was not able to be held liable then. And so far we have got these 2 senior officials from Transnet, and we were hopeful that had we gone ahead to hear the application last week Monday, we would have been privy to some of the officials from Transnet who had also had acts of irregularities.
All right, SIU Special Tribunal spokesperson, Advocate Selby Makgoto. Let's leave it there for tonight.